ऑलराइट, देखो ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 12 जो था, फर्स्ट पार्ट वाला डायरेक्ट एंड सेकंड पार्ट में क्या किया था? फर्स्ट पार्ट अपना कूलम्ब का फार्मूला Q1 Q2 अपॉन R स्क्वायर है इंटू 9 इंटू 10⁻9। सेकंड पार्ट में व्हाट दे डिड इज चार्ज डबल कर दिए तो ऊपर 4 आ जाएगा, रेडियस हाफ कर दी तो नीचे R/2 स्क्वायर है, तो ये 4। ओके, एक मिनट, चार्ज डबल डिस्टेंस हाफ, ये 16 हो जाएगा ना? इज इट कमिंग 16 टाइम्स? जस्ट मिनट, चार्जेस आर डबल, 2 इंटू 2 ऊपर आ गया ना, डिस्टेंस हाफ 1/2 स्क्वायर, तो 16 टाइम्स। आर यू गेटिंग इट? ऑलराइट, इट विल कम इन 0.24 Newton. Now, okay, no problem. And this one was the question. It will be charge on the each stair will be half of the total charge. Total charge, how much it is? Minus 50 and 20. Minus 30 ka half. Minus 15. Everybody is done correctly. And 13th देखो, 13th में again जो फर्स्ट पार्ट का फोर्स था 1.5 into 10⁻12 ये वाला, how it will change if we touch the third uncharged sphere to this one and then to this one. I told you charge distribution, charge on A will remain Q/2, on this 3Q/4 total का half. When we touch यहाँ पे C will carry Q/2 here, Q/2 it उसका आधा, this comes here and C is then taken away. So now charge distribution will be this, new force will be, ये charge half हो गया, ये charge 3/4 हो गया, तो 3/8 times of initial force जो हमने calculate किया, it comes to be coming 5.7 into 10⁻⁻3. Otherwise, you can just find out the new charge, half of the previous one. This is 3/4 of. Then you have to put full formula, 9 into 10⁻9, and then new Q1, new Q2 dash, and divide by R square. Distance remaining same in this pattern. So this for the homework, and later on we have seen permittivity of medium and relative permittivity. Then relative permittivity, it is the ratio of permittivity of medium divided by permittivity of vacuum, and therefore permittivity of medium is product of two terms, relative permittivity of that medium and permittivity of vacuum. Based on this, we did some of the questions, and later on we can also define the relative permittivity, which is also known as dielectric constant. Relative permittivity or dielectric constant, both are same. It can be defined in terms of the ratio of the forces between the charges in vacuum to the force in that medium, which will be reduced. So this ratio will be coming more than 1. And I told you salt will easily dissolve in the water because force between Na and Cl ions will be decreasing by the factor 1/81. All right. In this question we did, because force decreases, we have to decrease the distance in order to get the same force. This was the question based on that point. And later on, we are going to, we saw the displacement vector, which is the difference of final position vector minus initial position vector from the triangle law of addition. The triangle law, vector A, vector B, and third side will indicate, taken in the opposite order, will indicate the resultant vector. So R1 plus R21 is equal to this R2. So R21 is R2 minus R1. R21 will be the vector towards 2 from 1, vector towards Q2 from Q1. So that's what we need, in fact, to write the formula of Coulomb's law. That is the distance between two charges, uska vector hai, pointing towards charge Q2 from Q1. Now Q1 will act as the origin, and this will act as a vector towards the other charge. So from this point, we can write the Coulomb's law in vector form. All right. So let's see in vector form. So Q1 is placed here, having the position vector R1. Q2 is placed here, having position vector R2. Position vectors are taken from the origin. All right. R1, R2. Then displacement vector towards Q2 from Q1 will be final position vector minus R minus initial R2 minus R1. All right. तो ये मिल गया. इसका यूनिट वेक्टर हम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? R21 cap is the unit vector of vector R21. How do we find out unit vector? By dividing the vector by its magnitude. Now force on Q2 by Q1 is indicated by F21, vector F21, which will be K will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon into Q1, Q2 by R21 का mod. This one, the scalar quantity direction is indicated by unit vector. Unit vector indicates the direction of this vector. Direction of original vector is indicated by unit vector. All right. So that's how it is written. And in this, you have to remember, if you are using this formula in problem solving, then you have to use Q1, Q2 with proper sign. यहाँ पे हमने mod नहीं लगा, देखो. We are not put mod. Mod is not put. It means you have to put the sign. If negative charge is there, you have to put with negative sign. Suppose one is negative, other is positive. To retain the sign, vectors will take care of the direction of force. Automatically, answer जो है, actual answer आ जाएगा. That will indicate the vector of the force, in which direction force is acting, either outward or inward. Only two possible directions will be there, either outward or inward. If both are like charges, it will be outward. If both are unlike, it will be inward. All right. So that's how. And now what about the force on Q1 by Q2? ये वाला. तो इसको भी similarly we are not proving. Similarly we are writing force on Q1 by Q2 is indicated by F12 is equal to K Q1 Q2. यहाँ पे vector will change. अभी ये वाला opposite vector. This will be the vector. Because force on 1 by 2 is this. Position will be taken from Q2 now. Q2 force लगा रहा है, तो position भी Q2 से लेंगे. So this will change vector towards 1 from 2. उसका mod और उसकी direction यहाँ से. All right. But these unit vectors are opposite. R21 is this side, or R12 is opposite side. So both will be negative of each other. Therefore, forces are also negative of each other. Both the forces are in opposite direction.
7:15.
This follows the Newton's law. Coulomb's law follows Newton's third law. Equal and opposite forces, है ना? And forces on each other are equal and opposite. That's what is the Newton's third law. All right. So that's how you have to prove if it is asked. And Numerics भी फिर इसी फॉर्म में कर सकते हैं. And Numerics, if you put the direct value here, find out the vector first, then its unit vector by dividing its magnitude and putting the values of all. So you can get the force in vector form. I cap, J cap, K cap के term में मिलेगा. All right. If it is asked in board examination, write it in vector form. You have to write it like this. Anything you want to ask here? Note down. Whenever you are using the relation in vector form, you have to retain the signs of Q1, Q2. अभी तक हम लोग जो numerical कर रहे थे, we are doing it without vector form. So we were writing in mod, ऐसे लिख रहे थे. But in vector form, we are removing the mods. Directly, it will come with the sign, proper direction of force.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yeah.
R cap gives the direction, right? So
Yeah.
R cap 2-1, like R21 cap and R12 cap would be opposite.
Yeah.
But in the book, it's written equal.
No. But when we sign it, when we write like this, when we interchange, the vector change हो जाता है फिर. Both cannot be. Both the R21 is this side. Book में थोड़ा सा other way, but they are not equal. Other way, it must have written. I have just simplified the things. Books में I will cross check it, but it cannot be. So R21 is this one, or R12 will be this opposite. We have to retain the sign. देखो इसमें ऐसे करना पड़ेगा. इसका वेक्टर or means I mean when we are interchanging this, so vector will be opposite. When we denote R21 is this side, so R12 will be opposite. So you can just write it like this. Then also I'll see both vectors when we are changing these symbols, they can never be equal. Magnitude में equal होंगे. Read it. Is it equal in magnitude? Magnitude में equal होंगे. Directions will change. यहाँ पे देखो. Here it is 1, 2. Here also 1, 2. And here 2, 1. We will like 2, 1. ये symbol same रहेंगे. Others are scalar quantities. Because now we have to take the vector this side. Q2 will act as origin. Vector R12 will be the vector towards Q1 from Q2. जैसे हमने क्या लिखा यहाँ पर? Where it is? ये. Then displacement vector towards Q2 from Q1. Q1 से start करके Q2 की तरफ जा रहा है. इसका मतलब ये हुआ 1, 1, 2 will be vector towards 1 from 2. Charge Q2. Alright, keep it like this. Nobody will cut your marks. You will get the full marks if at all it is asked. थोड़ा बहुत somewhere we are changing the symbols of NCERT book according to our convenience. But you have to mention whatever you changes you make you have to mention. Everywhere you have to mention what are the terms you are taking. All right.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. In boards examination, there is particularly CBSE board I am talking about. There is a lot of flexibility. You can write the way it is NCERT book gives, or you can write the way guides gives, or you can write your own way, but you have to explain it properly. You can change the symbols also, but you have to write. But will not deviate much from NCERT book. All right. Okay. Noted. Moving on to the next one. Now suppose there are three charges. Okay, let me ask you one more question based on two charges. Suppose my question is this: here is the Q1, here is the Q2, and we keep the third charge Q1, Q3 here. My question is this: what is the effect on force between Q1 and Q2 if third charge Q3 is placed as shown? What is your answer, Guru? Tell me what will be the answer. Anybody want to reply? Quick answer. Nobody? You can unmute and reply quickly then. Okay. देखो, answer is no change. Why? Since force between 1 and 2 is K Q1 Q2 by R square in without vector form. No placement of Q3 here. Coulomb has given the force between two charges, not between three charges. But you may think, force on Q1 will change. Q2 is applied this side. Q3 is applying the force this side. Force on Q1 has gone up. But my question is not that net force on Q1 or Q2. So when I ask you net force on Q1, then answer will change. But question was force between Q1 and Q2. That Coulomb has given this formula. So now next topic is net force, which will change. Net force on Q1 will change now. Q2 will apply this side and Q3 will, if they are positive, the force will be away. So Q3 will apply this side. Net force will change according to the angle between the two forces. Since it is vector quantity, net force will be added according to the vector law. All right. So next topic is that forces between multiple charges. मतलब ये हुआ कि if particular charge say Q0 is in interaction with Q1, Q2, Q3, and so on. Q1 will apply the force this side. Q2 will apply the force on this side because they are the central force. And positive दिखाए हम लोगों ने indicated. Nothing is mentioned when they are positive. तो common sense से हम लिख सकते हैं outward forces. All right. So F1 plus F2. So use the vector law, also called superposition principle. And sometimes word used is superposition principle. All right. So it is net force on charge Q0 ये वाले पर will be F net will be F1 plus F2. F1 is by Q1, F2 is by Q2. So F1 plus F2. Can you tell me the mod of this? इसका mod कितना होगा? how much will be the mod? इसका अगर हम mod लिखें, this will also be mod. What will be the value? Resultant force, vector law का जो resultant force है, what is that? Under root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. तो यहाँ पर a की जगह force F1 है, b की जगह F2 है, 2F1 into F2 into cos theta. Always ये जो है ना ये mod रहते हैं, यहाँ पे हम नहीं लिख रहे हैं, but they are always mod. तो ये तो स्क्वायर है, no confusion, always positive, ये भी always positive. F1 will always be positive, F2 will also be always positive. तो यहाँ पर प्लस आता है इनिशियली, बट एंगल जो है एंगल पे डिपेंड करेगा कि कितना एंगल है. cos थीटा कैन आल्सो बी नेगेटिव, ये वैल्यू पुट करने के बाद माइनस आएगा, अदरवाइज इज ऑलवेज प्लस. तो ऑल टर्म्स आर, ये भी प्लस है, ये भी प्लस, ये भी प्लस. cos थीटा कैन बी माइनस, तो यहाँ पे माइनस आ सकता है if cos थीटा इज मोर देन 90. Alright, so this is vector knowledge. So more than two charges, we have to use the vector law. और किसकी बात करें, जब जो पर्टिकुलर चार्ज होगा उसके ऊपर फोर्स निकालने के लिए. Q1 पे कुछ और होगा, उसके लिए क्या करेंगे, Q1 पे निकलना है तो Q0 will apply this side, Q2 will apply this side, resultant will come this side according to the parallelogram law. डिफरेंट चार्जेस पे डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस होंगी. जिस पर पूछा है उससे ऑल द फोर्सेस यू फर्स्ट गेट द फोर्सेस अकॉर्डिंग टू कूलम्स लॉ, देन ऐड देम अकॉर्डिंग टू द वेक्टर लॉ ऑफ एडिशन. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल वी टेक दिस, एक चार्ज Q0 है, वन फोर्स इज सम चार्ज इज अप्लाइंग द फोर्स 3 न्यूटन, अदर चार्ज इज अप्लाइंग द फोर्स 4 न्यूटन. तो फाइंड द नेट फोर्स ऑन Q0 इफ थीटा है 60 डिग्री. थीटा जब 60 है तब कितना आएगा, जब थीटा 90 है तब कितना आएगा. पुट द वैल्यू हियर एंड सॉल्व इट. ऑल द वैल्यू यू पुट, सॉल्व इट क्विकली. सॉरी, solve it and then I will show you the answer. Got it? Cos 60 is, your value is 1/2 and cos 90 is how much? 0. तो ये आंसर आ जाएंगे. ठीक है, √37 न्यूटन and 5 न्यूटन. और the angle is changing. तो यहाँ पर 0 हो जाएगा, cos 90 and this will be 1/2. All right, depending upon angle, answers will come. When angle increases, net force decreases. You see, this is more than 5. 37 is 6 point something, and this is 5. So more the angle between the forces or vector quantities, lesser will be their resultant. जैसे जैसे एंगल बढ़ता है, नेट फोर्स कम हो जाएगा, एंगल 0 पर मैक्सिमम होगा, एंगल 180 पर मिनिमम होगा, because cos 180 is -1. And when both the forces are in same direction, maximum. When both the forces are in opposite direction, minimum. Means when angle goes up, net force comes down. If 3 forces are acting, then how to solve? अगर एक force और है, इधर भी है, then either break them in the components, x component and y component, or take out the, better break them in component, x and y component, or z component also. Then you can edit. Or sometimes resultant of 2 निकाल लेंगे, third के साथ उसको ऐड कर लेंगे. That is slightly difficult.
7:30.
But generally 3 forces are acting, then things will be somewhere some clue will be there for solving. We'll see further. No problem so far. So vector law is sometimes also called superposition principle. This you can take it for practice. दोनों के magnitude equal है. On Q naught, one charge is applying the force 5 Newton. Other charge is also applying the force 5 Newton. So you have to find the net force if theta is increasing 0, 60, 90, 120, and 180. Generally, these are the angles we come across, and sometimes both the vectors are equal in magnitude. So these are the commonly asked angles, and we find the interesting result in this. You can try at home and solve and send it to me. So this will save you a lot of time in further chapters. This is homework. All right. Vector quantities will always be added by the vector law. Symbols will change यहाँ पर. कभी force रहेगा, कभी field रहेगी, है ना? Whatever the vector quantities are there, symbols will keep on changing, but formula will remain same. जैसे vector में पढ़ा था ना हमने, under root of a square, वहाँ पे general formula पढ़ते हैं, because a and b can be different physical quantities. All right. This you take note down, solve and send. Only cos theta will be keep on changing, other values are same. Cos 0 is 1, cos 60 is 1 by 2, cos 90 is 0. What is the value of cos 120? Minus 1 by 2. So cos 180 is minus 1. You have to remember these values. You have to by heart this, because again and again these values will be given to you in further chapters also. All right. ठीक है. So this is easy question. You can just do it. Practice of vector. Now refer diagram. Next question we will do it here itself. The refer diagram in which charges Q, capital Q here are kept, and at center midpoint Q naught is kept. What is the net force on Q naught? So this charge will apply the force this side. How much? अगर total distance R ले लो, तो इसका distance R by 2 हो जाएगा, इधर से भी R by 2 हो जाएगा, तो force will be, दोनों के force निकाल लेते हैं. You know the answer, जिसका answer you may be knowing, but let us do it properly. देखो, force on C by A, force on charge kept at C by A, FCA will be K. यहाँ पे generally I try to avoid the right K, मैं generally नहीं लिखता हूँ, but because K we have seen for dielectric constant, but ये K क्या है? One other third constant है अपना. In fact K यहाँ पर 1/4 pi epsilon naught है. Just I am saving the time and writing K. Q1 is this, Q2 is this, R by 2 square. Direction क्या होगी? This force will apply this charge will apply the force on Q1 this side. This will be FCA towards right, and similarly this Q will apply the force towards left, same magnitude. So two vectors of equal magnitude and opposite direction will cancel each other, zero हो जाएगा ये. because यहाँ पे देखो when we put cos 180 here minus आ जाएगा, the whole thing will become under root of f1 minus f2 का whole square. It will come out of the root f1 minus f2. तो जब वेक्टर अपोजिट होते हैं डायरेक्ट हम माइनस लिखते हैं, जब वेक्टर सेम डायरेक्शन में होते हैं प्लस लिखते हैं. वाई? बिकॉज यहाँ पे cos 1 हो जाएगा, ये प्लस f1 प्लस f2 का होल स्क्वायर हो जाएगा रूट के अंदर, तो f1 प्लस f2 है ना. तो यहाँ पर माइनस है, वी आर नॉट यूज फुल फार्मूला, डायरेक्टली लिख दिया हमने ना, इन प्लेस ऑफ राइटिंग फुल फार्मूला डायरेक्ट, तो जीरो आ जाएगा. तो पुट इट एनी चार्ज, यहाँ पे यू कीप एनी चार्ज, 1 कूलम, then also force is 0, 2 coulomb, then also symmetric force, opposite direction forces. Keep it any charge here, it will be in equilibrium. Net force 0 means equilibrium. Silent karo Prab, who is that? Prabjot. Are you there? What is this? Prabjot, can you hear me? Are you in class or somewhere else? I don't know. Those one who has joined with the name of Prabjot, I have to mute it. Yeah, तुम लोग be careful. Okay, muted. And concentrate in the class. ठीक है? When you are attending the class, be in class. Avoid all disturbances. All right, देखो, so what I was telling you, any charge at center will be in equilibrium. But what about these? They will be in equilibrium? No, because ये वाला चार्ज इसके ऊपर इधर फोर्स लगाएगा, Q नॉट भी इधर लगाएगा, तो they will not be in equilibrium. They will start moving if you don't fix them. इनको फिक्स करना पड़ेगा, और इसको सेंटर में you don't fix it, it will remain as it is. So any charge at midpoint can be in equilibrium, but this will not be in equilibrium. इसकी वैल्यू कितनी होनी चाहिए? So that all three are in equilibrium. We will see the question at end. Last में है वो question. But यहाँ पे हमने क्या सीखा? You can directly write 0. You don't have to prove. Any charge you keep it at midpoint will be in equilibrium. मतलब net force 0 होगा equilibrium में, ठीक है? So directly you could have written. No, but this is the question for practice. Here is the electron. E stands for electron. P stands for protons. Figure shows 2 protons, symbol is P, and 1 electron, symbol is E, on the axis. On the central proton, what is the direction of the force due to the electron only? ये electron इस पर किधर force लगाएगा? Left, right, up, down, whatever your answer may be there. And B, the force due to other proton, इसका force इस पर, left, right, up, down, and the net force, ये दोनों मिलके इधर force लगाएंगे, left, right, up, down, ये 4 option लेंगे. Think about this, it's just law of common sense. है ना? इलेक्ट्रॉन किधर प्रोटॉन को पुल कर, मतलब इलेक्ट्रॉन विल पुल द प्रोटॉन टुवर्ड्स इट. इलेक्ट्रॉन एंड प्रोटॉन के बीच में अट्रैक्टिव फोर्स होता है, दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. एंड प्रोटॉन के बीच में रिपल्सिव होता है. एंड सेंट्रल फोर्स, ऑल द फोर्सेस विल बी अलोंग दिस लाइन. अप डाउन होने का चांस नहीं है ऑप्शन में. अप एंड डाउन इज नेवर पॉसिबल. लेफ्ट या राइट इज पॉसिबल है. So this is a simple question. Just with the law of common sense, you can do it. So do it and send me. You can take the snapshot or you can write it. Take it. Note down, then we'll move on to the next question. No problem so far. We are just focusing on the net force, more than two charges and net force. It is the combination of Coulomb's law and vector knowledge. So revise the chapter of vector and things will be easy. ठीक है, done. One more question, similar question. देखो ये है. This is also again vector knowledge. यहाँ पर देखो. The figure here shows the rearrangement of the electrons E and two protons. एक electron है, दो protons हैं. Arrangement is changed. ठीक है. Rank the arrangement according to the magnitude of net electrostatic force on electron due to protons. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स पे नेट फोर्स, दोनों प्रोटॉन की कितना फोर्स लगाएंगे, मैक्सिमम फर्स्ट लिखना है, अरेंज करना है, ग्रेटेस्ट फर्स्ट. आई थिंक लेट अस सी. हाँ, ग्रेटेस्ट फर्स्ट सबसे ज्यादा है. इसमें सबसे मैक्सिमम होगा या इसमें मैक्सिमम होगा या इसमें मैक्सिमम होगा. ऑल थ्री डायग्राम में मैक्सिमम, देन नेक्स्ट, देन नेक्स्ट, देन लास्ट में लीस्ट. ठीक है. अगेन वेक्टर नॉलेज. वेक्टर का भी मैंने एंगल बताया ना, जैसे जैसे एंगल के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, और आल्सो नेगेटिव एंड पॉजिटिव है तो उससे तुम्हें डायरेक्शन मिल जाएगी. फिर देखो दोनों फोर्सेस अगर सेम डायरेक्शन में आ गए तो मैक्सिमम, दोनों फोर्सेस अपोजिट में आ गए तो मिनिमम, और 90 डिग्री पर है तो बिटवीन मैक्सिमम एंड मिनिमम. ऑलराइट. इन सिचुएशन सी, इसमें देखो सेकंड पार्ट, इज द एंगल बिटवीन नेट फोर्स on electron and the line labeled D, ये वाली लाइन जो नेट फोर्स होगा लेस देन और मोर देन 45, यहाँ पे 45 आ रहा है तो इससे कम होगा. either line will be this side or that side. close to D होगा, towards D or towards capital D, ये लिखना है. All right. Let me help you in the third part. Suppose ये देखो वेक्टर A बहुत बड़ा है और वेक्टर B बहुत छोटा है. ठीक है. तो रिजल्टेंट कैसे आएगा, पैरेललोग्राम लॉ से. दिस इज द रिजल्टेंट R. तो जो बड़ा वेक्टर है उसके साथ छोटा एंगल बनेगा, ये θ1, और छोटे वेक्टर के साथ, तो बड़े वेक्टर के साथ एंगल इज स्मॉलर. इसमें तुम्हें आइडेंटिफाई करना है ये जो प्रोटॉन है, इट विल अप्लाई द बिगर फोर्स और दिस प्रोटॉन विल अप्लाई द बिगर फोर्स. फोर्स डिपेंड अपॉन द डिस्टेंसेस. मैग्नीट्यूड, ये भी प्रोटॉन है, ये भी प्रोटॉन, ये इलेक्ट्रॉन. तो मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ force will depend upon the distance between them. So bigger the vector, ये vector है, resultant will be inclined towards that, close to that. Angle will be smaller with the vector having bigger magnitude. Parallelogram law से या triangle law से भी कर सकते हैं. So again slightly revise the chapter of vector, things will be easy. So this question you can do it and we will discuss tomorrow. Solvents ended, let us see. Only answer लिखनी है उसमें, you don't have to explain all that points. डायरेक्ट बता सकते हैं इसमें. चलो, this we can avoid it.